Folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So this week what we got going on is we have 2 hives, and you can see them back there, that are gone because they have absconded for whatever reason. I think we may have a high mite count. So what we're going to do today is, and this is earlier than I normally do this, I'm going to give an oxalic acid treatment with this Oxalic 110 Provap. And so what's different about this year is it's early and I still have honey supers on. This is the first week of September. So what I'm going to have to do is smoke the bees down out of the super. I have some pieces of cardboard I'll use for a vapor barrier, and I'll treat and go down the line and pull all the cardboard out when I'm done. So I don't check my hives for mites. I don't do alcohol washes and all that. I just assume they have them. Here in central Oklahoma, it's a thing, we have mites. So you just assume you've got them and go on. So I don't go through all the checking and all of that. So I'm gonna start on this end and just run down the line. First I gotta get the cardboard in them all and get the supers isolated. I've got a couple I have to drill holes on this end that are new hives, so this little nozzle can fit in there. But we're going to get started running down the line and get this done before it gets too hot. Let's get started. So another thing I'm going to do is run this drill bit into all these existing holes, because there'll be propolis in there and it'll be clogged up. This hive's the huge swarm. There's no bees in that, but I just wanted to open it up. We got wax moss up in here. I was looking at this hive earlier on the front entrance and noticed there wasn't a whole lot of activity, but there was some. So I think this hive may be gone. See what I'm talking about here? All that web. There were moth larvae sitting on those frames when I popped the top. Big ones. So you look, you see like activity here and bees hanging out. You go over here, there's nothing going on really. So we won't treat this one. We'll I got one left behind me. I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay, the way this thing works, once you turn it over and tap it, the acid falls down inside. The temperature will drop down in like the 180s, 170 range. And you wait for it to get back up to the 260. And when it gets to 260, it's basically done. So that's when you pull it out and you move it on to the next one. So you can see it climbing up now. So another thing I do is I reduce down the entrances. So there's this little crack there. Sometimes I use wood block, sometimes I use the entrance reducer stick on the smallest setting. Okay, we're at 253. I know the numbers don't show up very well on the camera, but I can see them plain as day with the naked eye. So there's 260 degrees. So we'll take it out now and move it down to the next one. The best way to get this cap off is wiggle it side to side. Don't try and twist it or pull it straight up. And this is very hot. Don't touch it. So the way I like to put the caps on, just turn the thing upside down. Don't touch out here, it's hot. Just hold it by its handle and wiggle it like that. Maybe a little side to side. Goes right on there. When you slide it in, it's got to be upside down. Otherwise it'll start shooting out vapors. Flip it over, tap it. What I found is if you don't tap it, the crystals won't fall down into the hot part. They'll stay stuck to the lid. And then while you're waiting on that, when you fill these up for the next two, and go ahead and move our entrance reducers up to these two. Okay, we're done with the vaporizing part. I'm about vaporized myself. Man, I'm burning up. So I got a nice breeze going there. But so I try to keep 5 entrance reducers going ahead of me, and I have 2 extra cups, so I got a total of 3 of these cups, so I can just kind of keep going. It took me probably an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours, I don't know, I wasn't timing it, but now I need to go back and get the cardboard out from under the honey supers and let everything go back to normal, and we'll hit them again next weekend. So if you order one of these Provapes, be sure and get you a couple extra cups, unless you only got a couple hives. And if that's the case, you probably need a smaller one that's a lot less expensive than this one. I think these are like almost $500 for one of these now. So hey, that's it. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.